What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here. We are back, and today we're going to be doing a fashion frame episode, and I'm really excited to get this underway. So I'm going to talk about probably the easiest fashion frame for me to talk about, and that is my Steel Meridian Loyalist Excalibur. The idea behind this Excalibur is pretending as though Captain Vor shows up in the beginning of the game, right, when you have your choice of Warframes, and instead of Vor, capturing your Excalibur or Lotus helping you, let's just say the Steel Meridian show up, and they're the ones that save an Excalibur, and Excalibur in return, because of that, becomes loyal to the Steel Meridian cause, and by doing so, he arms himself with some of the Steel Meridian's Vacor weapons, as well as dropping their Cyandina across his back. And at the same time, because he was battle scarred from his escape or maybe his previous battles as a Warframe, his frame is a little bit beat up, but he dons certain colors to represent his allegiance to the Steel Meridian, but at the same time, his understanding that he is still a Grineer, and the fact that he looks out after the other Steel Meridian members, his brothers, if you would call them, as Grineer. So because he is loyal to the Steel Meridian, he goes out on missions specifically for them to, let's say, kill some Grineer, fight back, they're the resistance, maybe jump on a mission to exterminate some Corpus, maybe the Orokin are giving, the Steel Meridian some trouble, but his goal is to basically stay loyal to the Steel Meridian and do anything that they need done. So you'll see the way I have this Excalibur designed is he is using the Excalibur proto skin. It makes him look like he has, some battle scars, he's maybe damaged. He looks like he's got a little bit of experience under his belt. I've also swapped out the helmet so that he is using this pretty badass Mordred helmet. Now, I do think he actually looks pretty decent in some other helmets, especially if you have picked up the Kaduto Tenojin skin. But I felt like this really fit my personal taste for a Steel Meridian Excalibur. Also, in my personal preference, I've thrown on the Probok shoulder piece, which I think looks fantastic. The Grineer helmet with the axe through it. And that's a taste that I really enjoy because he is Steel Meridian and he is fighting back as, like a resistance member against the Grineer. So I think it's very fitting. On top of that, he is also using the Harkonar armor pieces on his other shoulder and his leg. His front leg, I decided to throw on one of the prime shin guards. I think that actually just looks really cool because Excalibur, because I do fire over the right side of Excalibur's shoulder, I like to keep, because his left foot is forward, I like to keep a cool piece of armor up there because that is the leg that is going to be forwards at all times. So, I don't know, I think it's a cool touch. Just those little changes, those little tweaks kind of give the character or the frame a little bit more personality, a little bit more realism as well. And just to get real specific on weapons, I use the Vacor Heck because obviously it is the Vacor weapon. It is incredibly powerful. This is actually one of my fashion frames that is incredibly functional as well as fashionable. So I really enjoyed the use of the Vacor Heck. The Vacor Merlock on top of that is a fantastic secondary. I'm sure you guys know that already. And the dual cleavers, I chose the dual cleavers because number one, they look awesome. They are pretty, common in the Grineer ranks with the butchers. Those dual cleavers also have the mod from the Vacor reward pool, which gives you the Syndicate explosions. It's called Justice. And because he is using all three of those weapons, no matter which weapon you are using, you will be able to gain that Justice Syndicate proc, whether you're using the Heck, the Merlock, or the dual cleavers. So while this Excalibur is going crazy and doing his thing, he also has the chance to proc that Justice, which gives him a armor bonus and a health restore, which is pretty nice. And on top of that, there is the Blast proc, which I know that it does kind of fall off in high-end missions, but you don't know how many times while I'm reloading my weapons, especially being a shotgun, reloading my Big Core Heck, and having that Syndicate explosion go off, stunning nearby enemies, really, really helps. Like I said, not to mention the armor and health restore makes this just incredibly useful. Okay, so with all that said, in the background you guys will get the chance to see the color choices that I have on my Excalibur. In order, I will have it pretty easy to figure out as I list the columns and the rows, and I will point out which color exactly it goes with which location. So the first color you saw there was in the smoke palette, that was H2. The second one is in I5 in the Grenier palette. Following that is E5 in the Grenier palette, then H5 Grenier palette, and lastly in the energy would be A5 in the Grenier palette. So you can probably find a better color instead of the one in the smoke palette somewhere, especially with the default palette. You'll probably be fine, but if you unlock the Grenier palette, it's pretty much all you need for this specific frame. I know at some point someone's going to ask about it, so I figured I would incorporate it in this video in case you guys for some reason want to copy it. So there you go. Okay guys, that is going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, a thumbs up would be awesome. If you want to subscribe to continue to watch more content, that would be awesome as well. This is kind of a new fashion frame type thing I'm trying out, so doing those things will let me know you want to see more fashion frame like this one. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again in another video, and until then, blow!